Okay, today I'm going to cook another soup. It's again Eastern European, perhaps Romanian kind of soup. It's going to be sour and it's going to have tomatoes. Also, if you have thyroid issues, this soup is not for you because it's going to be, they're still frozen, but that's not an issue. Turkey necks, and they have thyroid. And they mess up with your thyroid if you have issues. So if you have them, skip this soup or change the meat. I'm still going to do the bone broth kind of boil in a separate pot. I'm going to use 2 pots, and that is because I do like the fact that it still has meat on them. They are actually cheap and they are a great source of collagen, and I don't replace protein with the idea of drinking the collagen. I use it because I believe that they are serving a purpose in the body and it's natural, and it's a way of making the soup heftier, if you want to call it that way. And then, because I already mentioned, I cannot use too much starch. The only starch that I'm getting is from the celery, the root celery, and this is like, it was a big one and I used it in 4 soups, carrots, and the little bit that's in onions. For the soup itself, I'm going to use this zucchini, but it's like we call it double chin, the celery. And also because they are getting too ripe, these 2 red bell peppers, paprika peppers, I had them in the fridge. I'm going to use them. And at the end, I'm going to add tomato juice that's in the fridge and Low-Carb. You can add lemon to it to make it sour, or you can add soury kind of, I don't know how to call it. We call it broth because that's what we use to So the first thing, I'm going to boil the bones. I'm trying to find my way into having light into the screen without having too many issues, technical issues, because the kitchen is small. I don't have a light there. So yeah. Check out how much meat it is here. And I don't know how, but I will check it how much would cost 2 kilos though, so that's 2 pounds, almost 3 pounds of bones. But here in Romania, it's a little bit over $2 in order to make my soup richer in good stuff. So let's put it to boil. You can calculate this soup as being meal prep because in this big pot that it's about 4 kilos, and that means it would be about 8 pounds, 9 pounds, something like that. Me and my family, we are going to have this for the entire week, except for the days in which, for instance, I'm fasting. When I'm going to the gym, I'm going to have 3 meals a day and perhaps the little frozen fruits yogurt dessert. And in the days in which I'm not going to the gym because I'm not that hungry, I'm fasting either 18 hours, either 1 meal a day, and then I will try and bring as much protein into my dinner. For instance, tonight I'll have 200 grams of chicken breast grilled, because that's going to be 64. It's going to be 32 grams of protein, so it's going to be 64 grams of protein. And if I add to it some broccoli and maybe some cottage cheese, I'm going to get it up to 80 grams of protein or even more, because for the cottage cheese is 23 grams per the box that I have, so it's going to be 85-ish, even 90 if I add one boiled egg. So for one meal, that's a lot, right, as proteins, but very low in calories. So for one meal a day, it's going to be around so chicken breast has 165 calories as it at its top without any fat, so that will be 330. With cottage cheese would be 200, so 330 with 100, 530, and with an egg that's 70, so that's 600 calories for 80 grams of protein, which is really good, and it's really delicious. And I'm also going to add some veggies, so I'm going to add some tomatoes and fresh cucumber with a little bit of red onion as a little salad, and with the oil and with the legumes, with the veggies, would end up at around 800 calories for the dinner, which is of course under 1000. This is what I do as an OMAD, one meal a day. I do it because my gastroenterologist told me that because I damaged for so long my gut, it needs time to repair and time to relax. So from time to time, when I can, she recommended to do the one meal a day. It's not something that I'm doing every single day. It's something that I'm doing once or twice a week. And I have noticed that it did help my gut, and I am not getting bloated anymore, I'm not getting pain anymore, and I have regular bowel movements, which is a plus considering the fact that it is an issue if you're not doing it properly. I am bringing in the big guns. I did peeled off the onion and it made me cry. I am going to add lard into the recipe this time. That is why I'm going to measure it. Zeroed it out. 1 spoon is enough. 27 grams of fat. That's 270 calories. Now, when we were little, we used to eat lard and bread with salt. And I'll chop the onion, put it to fry a little bit with the lard, and then I'll chop all the other veggies, and I'll be right back. I don't know if you can see it. It's smoky from the cold. Putting it in the soup. I did wash it before I froze it, so that's fine. With the lavage to revive it. I'm going to put it in the water. This is lavage from the countryside. And since it wasn't sprinkled with any herbicide or anything, it's not perfect. And that's the beautiful part. Cover it so the ice in the neck melts, and it actually lets the vegetables boil and not fry anymore. And it's very important for the bone broth to have something to stir it through, because it's going to bring up some nasty, not beautiful foam. Going to get to my, it's so hot that they are sweating. I'm going to get to the celery and zucchini, and I'll see you in a bit. This thing right here, it's a savior. I put it here. I'm not sure. Alright, I'll do it more like here. And here, I put my spoons. And here, I can put my lid. And when I'm cooking, I'm not making a lot of mess. I love this little hack. It's getting out of the broth. And because my veggies already boil, I'll add some broth from the bones, just a little bit, not all of it, to give some water to the turkey neck to be able to boil properly. This cooking session is turning into a sauna. But hey, taking out the toxins, see the good part of the things here. So I did chop my zucchini, I did chop my celery. I'm waiting for the bone broth to boil. I'm waiting for the turkey neck to also boil. And I'm going to tell you something. I stopped using sunflower oil. For a very long time, I had an itch on my palms and on my feet, and sometimes even on my skin. You would see me scratching like this all the time, and it would be the sort of itch that wouldn't go away. I did go to doctors. Eventually it developed also into some hives, but those were somatically. And once I figured it out, they disappeared completely. But with the itch, it was curious, because there would be sometimes and sometimes it wouldn't be. And the most important and the most confusing thing was the fact that it wasn't always, and I couldn't pinpoint it on situations. Like when it started, I was also drinking a lot and eating a lot of junk. So I was put on 2 weeks of very clean diet, like no allergens. I was eating cucumber, yogurt, green onion, lettuce, and cottage cheese but without salt, to the point I was disgusted by food. And then I was like, you know what, I cannot live like this, and so on. I did rebel against my doctor back then, and I kept on going on my bad eating habits and bad alcoholism and all that. Anyway, I came across Dr. Chatterjee, Rangan Chatterjee, and he mentioned in one of the videos that he doesn't eat sunflower oil because it inflames his body and he gets skin itchiness. And I wondered, what if? Because it would go away with antihistamine, but it was just in the moment. So I said, what if? What if it's the sunflower oil? So I started cooking with lard, with olive oil in the salads, with avocado oil if I want to fry something, or for instance, if I wanted to my eggs fried, I would fry them in the grease from bacon. And what else? And butter. These are the fats that I'm using in my meals. And the itchiness is gone. Whenever I eat something that has sunflower oil, and all the vegetable kind of oils, my skin itches, and it doesn't take long. Like, it's there. Like, if I'm eating a donut deep fried, I'm going to itch in like 2-3 hours. I'm going to itch. I know I'm going. And honestly, the thing that this actually unraveled is that it forces me to be more aware of what I eat when I go out. I'm going to be more self-aware. For instance, I was in a business trip a year and a half ago, and I didn't pay attention to the soup that I ordered. And it was a cream mushroom soup, and I didn't ask with what they thicken it. And most of the times people thicken the soups, the vegetable soups, with potatoes. And since I cannot tolerate them, I was sick like a dog from eating. It was a delicious soup, very good, but it wasn't good for me. So these kind of situations, like with the seeds, vegetable oils, and with the starch, I'm becoming more aware of the fact that there are things that I can have and they will do good to my body, and there are things that I can't have, and if I have them I will be in pain. So I transferred this mechanism to the alcohol use as well, and I discovered that actually I do not like being hungover. I do not like suffering for the next 3 days. I don't want that, so I stopped doing that. So you can transfer this kind of thinking on whatever kind of situation, life situation even, to decide if it's worth it or not. Do you want to? Now I'm sweating all over, that's why I'm itching. But do you want to live a life in which you are a lot in pain just because you take decisions that don't work for you? Oh, and by the way, I wanted to tell you about this apron. I did it. I went at some point at charity shop, I think it would be Goodwill, and found this bed blanket cover, and I loved it because it's a queen, and it has the land too, so I made it an apron, and I'm the queen of my own castle. Keep on cleaning the foam. I don't have a spoon for cleaning the foam, so I'm using this thingy. It works. It works. Yesterday I made these eggs. Oh, come on. Okay. They are a little bit aired. They can still be used. They are traditional for Christmas or Easter, when you boil plenty of eggs, and you play them hard, and then you take the yolks, smash them with mayo, or you can add liver pate too, and then put them back on, then cover them in mayo, and that will protect them, and you can eat them for like the next 3 or 4 days over the festivities. So this can turn also into a little meal prep hack. What I did was to mix the yolk with canned tuna and with mustard, and on top of it put some red onion, because that kind of onion is not that tingy. It's not that spicy. What's the word? Help me. And add some lemon on it. It's really filling, and it has a lot of protein. And yes, it has some calories depending on how many eggs you're eating, but I mean, if you are looking into your full day, it's going to be a good either full meal or either appetizers. Here for festivities it's an appetizer, but yesterday I ate it as a full meal. I ate 3 full eggs. I made 6. 1 was left over. It's a good delicious meal that you can actually make very easy. It doesn't take a lot of time if you have, and also the tuna, it's always in its own juice or in water. I don't buy fish in oil because I mean, there are a few brands that make fish in olive oil, but they usually use sunflower oil, and I just told you about the oil situation. And for the olive oils kind of fish, I have to actually go an hour and something to other stores that are not close to me. So instead of making my life difficult and searching for the fish in olive oil, I'll just take it in the water or in its own juice, and that is it, making my life easier with one choice. I'm adding the veggies. Oh, that's a full pot. Hello. Now I'm going to let the zucchini and the celery boil, and by the time they are done, I'm going to add, my door scared me, the tomato juice. It's actually, they say it's chopped tomatoes. almost 400 grams of meat. Rescued from the bones. I'll put it in the soup since the neck of the turkey doesn't have that much meat. Find a spot where you can stick it so it releases the vacuum and gets some air. We also have nuggies ready. There we go. That's it. I'm going to save the jar as for autumn. I want to repurpose it and do my own pickles. I think we can call this home ec for modern domestic gods and goddesses. Huh? What do you think? Does this sound good? I find it important to learn skills that keep us alive and that are not coping mechanisms from childhood. And yeah, home ec for modern domestic gods and goddesses. It's gonna stick. I am all sweaty, but I love it. So this is the condiment one that I'm going to use to make the soup sour. I'm not going to use the entire pack. I use it usually in 2 or 3 soups, depending on how sour I want my soups. So you can leave the soup as it is, or you can add lemon, or you can add the real version of this thing, like this thing. It's the only thing where I do not like the taste of the natural one. Just not to mention that I wouldn't have space in my pot for it too, because it would be 2 pounds of it into the pot, so I have the broth, the bone broth, and I'm not having 20 people to feed inside my house, so I'm going to use this one. I'm going to also look it up and see if you have this kind of product. I don't know. I've never been to US. I don't know what you guys have there and whatnot.